So you want to help out. That's good. That's good. Sola, or anyone else who wants to help, that's fine. The way you would be helping me out is doing a lot of small things. That's kind of annoying. If you are on the FLC client, you'll be pressing Control Space for this, or you'll be using Shift Space. For me, it's something different, but so you'll be wanting to put Control Space, and you'll be looking for things that we kind of need to be regulated. It's the way what I need. Do I need regulated? Well, energy cell, power cell is one of them. So power cell, I've already done one of these, so I'm just going to do a new one for you. We'll just do average. So you're going to see here, you're going to see this. We're going to go from prescription to details. Now, all I need you to do in this case is just click on this, edit here, and then type 1 where it says max. Basically what this is doing is saying, hey, this item has 1 max use, and we're going to click destroy and empty, so that if somebody has this item and they use it, the item will be destroyed upon being used. Because that's how these should be actually being used, And after that, that's it. That's all you need to do for that. And you can just go through each power cell doing that. Now, there is something else you could be doing if you'd like, and that is going through weapons that are... It's kind of annoying, that what we currently have going on. So you could go to Star Wars 5e system content, equipment, and we'll do weapons. We'll start with blasters. Now, there's something really annoying that's going on with these, and it's that they have, by default, if you go to their activities, I guess I have to unlock it for you guys. Let me do that quick. Now, if you go to here, we go to attack, you'll notice it has this measured template prompt. Now, this attack doesn't have a template. You're just targeting someone and shooting him. So every time you click, it'll ask you to put up, it'll have an error of a template or ask you if you want to use one. It adds another step to something we don't need. So all you gotta do is click this and it'll remove it. Now, don't do this for everything though, because this is useful for weapons with bursts and stuff. But some of the problems is that some of these weapons have options of rapid or firing normal, but when you attack with a normal attack, it'll also trigger the rapid, because there's something called, if you go back to this, you go back to edit mode here, and then you go to MIDI-QL, you'll see down here it says user activity auto. You want to uncheck that. We don't need that. Now, the other thing is this rapid attack also has a measured template. We don't need that because it's a single attack. Now, it's going to have everything else here, just fine, but it has on a half save. Now, that is not how rapid works unless specified otherwise. So how do we change that? Well, you're going to make sure when you go into effects here with the rapid attack, you change this damage on save to no damage to ensure they don't take any damage from the attack afterward. And that's all you have to do for these. For most of these anyways. Now, there is a couple of other things you could do if you want to. So I'm going to show you one thing because I kind of want us to have it to where ammunition is used and tracked. But there are so many weapons out there that making sure this is the case can take a while. I'll show you how to do it, but if you don't want to do it, that is fine. Doing what I've shown is already more than enough. Now, we're going to add an activity to this. We're going to make it a use. And I'm going to change this name to reload. And we're going to do this. We're going to turn off this. Now, this is a rifle that uses power cells. Meaning that if you give one power cell to it, it will replenish all of its uses. But the only way for us to track that is if we gave this item uses. So this needs to be reloaded after 8. It has rapid 4. So that means it has 8 shots. So we're going to go to details here. And we're going to go down. And you're going to see this thing called usage here. We're going to change this max to 8. Now it has 8 uses, has 0 expenditure. Now we're going to go down to attack here, and we're going to change we're going to go to activation. We're going to click consumption We're going to add this check mark here, and we're going to make it 1. This is going to take 1 use because you're only firing once. Now, Rapid said it takes 4. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the activation consumption, and we're going to change that to 4. Now, what happens once this heads to 0? Well, you can't fire unless you reload. So we're going to go to reload it here again, consumption, and we're going to add 2 of these. The first one is item uses, and it's going to be this item. We're going to make sure it goes to -8. That means it's going to give us back 8 uses. Now, for the item that needs to be used, it needs to be an energy cell. So, the power cell. So we're going to do control space power cell. And I'm going to find one right here, power cell. Now, how do we have this refer to what it needs to? Well, it's really simple, actually. You'll find this little thing up here called a copy document UUID. Looks like a book that's going to be between import and not equipped. We're going to click on this, and we're going to copy paste this into here. And what I like to do is I'd like to change this to self because, you know, it doesn't need to target anyone. You're just reloading. I'm actually going to remove this targeting here. It is not necessary. You don't need this. But it's going to be self where this goes. And that's all this needs to do. That's all this needs to do. It's just going to expect what it's going to do. It's going to deduct 1 from the inventory of power cell, and it's going to replenish the rest of the uses for this weapon. And that is how we add ammo to these weapons. Now, you'll have to adjust things based on their rarity sometimes, but that's fine. That's not too difficult. Now, the last thing I would like to see for now is using explosions. Now, there's been a bit of a problem I've been seeing with grenades being coded incorrectly. We're going to go to an average grenade. Yeah, we're going to average cryo. Now, we can see here, it has the normal grenade down here, and then it has the higher grenade here that does 46. Now, the problem is, if we go to this activity, it's going to have both the normal and the 46 in here. We do not want that whatsoever. So what do? Well, we just gonna remove the normal one, and then we're gonna go up here. We're gonna see what the DC is. Now, this DC is wrong. It's using the actual normal one. So what do? We just change this DC formula to 16, and that's it. That's all we have to do with this. And now this one is ready. But there's one other thing that hasn't been done yet, and it needs to be destroyed on use because it's an item. So we're gonna make sure it has 1 use. We're gonna go back to activities. And we're going to make sure its activation consumption uses this item. So when it's used, it gets destroyed because it's an item, you know? And this is also a, what is this, average? I think average is common. I think. It'd be nice if you guys went through the actual, and changed them to what they should be too as well for, rarity type. It makes it easier for people to know what it is. And that is it for that. That is about all that really needs to be done. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. I appreciate all the work you guys do. Let me know if you need help. Thank you very much for helping us get all the small things out of the way.